The hum of the spaceship's engines was a constant backdrop as Captain Liam Hayes paced the control room of the Endeavour. His crew was on edge, exchanging anxious glances as they orbited the misty moon of Europa. Sensors had detected an unidentified craft nearby, something unlike any ship they had encountered. Liam stared at the monitor displaying the alien vessel. "What do you make of it, Dr. Patel?" he asked, turning to the ship's science officer, Dr. Ananya Patel. She adjusted her glasses, scrutinizing the images. "The structural integrity is fascinating. It appears to be organic, almost alive. I'd say it's made of materials we've never seen before. Keep scanning. I want to know everything we can about it," Liam ordered. He felt a mixture of excitement and fear. First contact with an alien species, yet he wanted to be cautious. "Captain, we're receiving a signal," Lieutenant Gomez said, her fingers flying over the console. "It's not a distress signal, but it's definitely a form of communication. I can't decipher it." "Let's not jump to conclusions," Liam replied. "We'll communicate back." "Open a channel, Lieutenant." As the static crackled to life, they all held their breath. "This is Captain Liam Hayes of the Endeavour. We've detected your presence and are eager to establish contact. Please respond." There was a brief silence before a melodic voice filled the room, tinged with an ethereal quality. "Human. I am Alara from the Luminara. We mean no harm." Liam felt a jolt at the sound of her voice. You're alive?" "Yes, we are." Alara's voice was soothing. "Your planet's atmosphere has intrigued us. Our intentions are peaceful. Can you meet?" "Meet?" Liam exchanged glances with Patel and Gomez, weighing the risks. "We can send a landing party. It would allow for safer communication." "Agreed," Patel said. "We need to know if she represents a larger group." "Okay." Liam nodded. "Prepare a shuttle. Ananya, you join me. Bring standard communication equipment." As they prepared to launch, an unshakable tension filled the air. The unknown often brings danger, but curiosity tugged at him like a moth drawn to a flame. He erased those thoughts and focused on the task at hand. The shuttle bay doors opened, revealing the bioluminescent glow of the alien ship hovering nearby. With the craft's lights sparkling like stars in the darkened void, Liam couldn't help but marvel. "It's beautiful," he whispered, awe mixing with apprehension. "Yeah, but let's not forget we're dealing with beings we know nothing about," Patel replied, her eyes narrowed in concentration as she prepped the equipment. As they exited the shuttle, the air shimmered around them. Alara awaited them at the entrance, her iridescent skin glistening like a precious gem. "Welcome, human travelers," she said, her voice melodic and warm. "Thank you," Liam replied, extending his hand, unsure of how best to greet her. "I'm Captain Liam Hayes." Alara stepped forward, her hand surprisingly soft, and the brief connection sent a rush of energy through him. "I am honored to meet you, Captain." Dr. Patel quickly began setting up her equipment while Liam continued to engage Alara. "What brings you to our moon? What's your mission?" "A quest for knowledge," she replied, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "The galaxies hold mysteries, and your species fascinates us. We long to learn from each other." "What have you learned so far?" Liam asked, intrigued. "That humans value exploration and connection. This is evident in your history," she replied, glancing at the stars through the ship's semi-translucent walls, reminiscent of a sea of sparkling water. "I see the wonder in your eyes, Liam. It is what drives you." Liam felt a flutter in his chest. "We often push boundaries to discover what lies beyond. But what do you seek for yourself?" Alara hesitated, her expression becoming slightly more serious. "We have faced struggles within our civilization. Unity has eroded, and hope has dimmed. It drives some among us to seek conflict instead of peace." Liam frowned. "Conflict? With who?" "Others in our galaxy," Alara said, her eyes flickering with something like concern. "There are factions who believe in superiority, not coexistence. But I believe that through sharing, we can illuminate paths to understanding." Just then, a sharp beep interrupted their conversation, causing Patel to jump. "I'm receiving multiple signals. It seems other alien ships are approaching." "Crew, back to the shuttle," Liam ordered, but Alara raised her hand, calming him. "We can resolve this together," she insisted. "They will follow my lead. Please trust me." Liam hesitated, evaluating her sincerity before he nodded. "All right, we'll remain here, but we will protect ourselves if necessary." Alara's expression brightened. "Good. I will show them that our meeting is one of peace. She turned towards the entrance of her ship, her energy radiating confidence. As they walked toward the ship's command center, Alara glanced back at Liam. You humans are quite different from what I imagined. In what way? He asked, genuinely curious. Your spirit. You seem to carry both ambition and vulnerability. While you have a thirst for power, you also yearn for connection. Liam chuckled softly. Guess you can say we're a mixed bag. Yes, but it is fascinating, she replied, her eyes searching his. Then, her tone shifted to a more serious note. But be wary. Some might see this connection as a weakness. We'll be careful, Liam promised, a surge of determination swelling inside him. Your belief in peace speaks to me. I want this to work. As they reached the command center, the atmosphere shifted. Other alien ships materialized around them, their designs as fascinating as Alara's. Each ship was unique, reflecting varying cultures and technologies. Prepare your crew, Alara said, her voice steady. I will confront them. Stand ready, but do not show hostility. Liam nodded, bracing himself for what was to come. With a shared purpose, they faced the unknown, a diverse group united in the face of adversity. Let's do this, Liam said, his heart racing, ready to make history. And as they stepped together into a world filled with uncertainties, he sensed that this was merely the beginning. Chapter 2, Language of Stars. Liam stood at the helm of the Endeavour, heart still racing from the intense exchange with Alara. The view on the main screen was breathtaking, her ship glowed softly against the darkness of space, bathed in hues of blue and silver. As discussions between the different alien factions began, Liam wondered how much longer they could maintain a sense of unity. Captain, all ships are in position, Lieutenant Gomez reported from the communications console. Alara is ready to address them. Good, Liam responded. Let's see what she can do. He glanced at Dr. Patel, who was poring over data readings. What's the atmosphere like on their ship? Calm, Dr. Patel replied, adjusting her glasses. She seems to be centered and in control. I believe they're open to dialogue more than we anticipated. With a nod, Liam felt a small surge of optimism. Let's open a channel. Alara can take the lead. As the channel connected, Alara appeared on the screen, her figure radiating confidence. Fellow travelers, she began, her voice echoing through the ship. We are gathered here today not for war, but for understanding. My encounter with the humans has shown me their depths. We can learn much from each other. A menacing growl erupted from the larger alien ship, a hulking craft led by a faction that Alara had warned Liam about. Understanding? You think humans can be trusted? Spat a gruff voice, laced with skepticism. Trust is built, not given, Alara responded calmly. But it begins with conversation. We can choose to learn from our differences rather than allow them to drive us apart. Liam watched closely as the screen flickered with the faces of various alien leaders, some captivated by Alara's stance, others unconvinced. Why should we accept your alliance? Another voice challenged. These humans have a history of conquering what they don't understand. But I'm not here to conquer or take, Liam interjected, taking a deep breath. I want to build something that benefits us all. I understand your skepticism, but let's not jump to conclusions. We are willing to listen, and that's a start. A moment of silence hung in the air. The various factions exchanged glances as if weighing their options. Fine, came the gruff voice again, a hint of sarcasm lacing it. Let's say we listen. Prove your intentions. What do you offer? Dr. Patel leaned closer to her console, brows furrowed. Captain, if we can demonstrate our scientific advancements, like sustainable energy solutions, perhaps they will see our value. They may not understand those concepts yet, Liam responded thoughtfully. Alara, do you have any insights on what they would value? Alara's eyes sparkled slightly as she contemplated the question. They value stories. Our civilizations are built on legends and myths. If you share your lore, your journey, it may resonate with them. Good call, Liam said, nodding. A story could be a bridge. We can show our desire to connect beyond our technologies. He focused back on the comm channel. We will share our history, our wars, our struggles, our triumphs, and how we learn to move forward. The ship's main screen shifted to show images of humanity's achievements, exploration, art, culture, and the overarching journey toward unity. The gruff voice chimed back. We are not interested in mawkish tales. Do you wish to convince us with pretty pictures? Sometimes stories set the context for what's to come, Liam said firmly. But I can also present options for cooperation, whether it be in trade, technology exchange, or cultural cooperation. Another voice, softer yet curious, asked, "What do you hope to gain from us?" Liam opened his mouth, searching for the right words. "Understanding is the greatest currency we can exchange. We have faced our challenges alone, but coming together allows us to overcome them as a united front. We can collaborate to explore the galaxy cooperatively." Dr. Patel leaned back, watching closely. "Liam, there's a risk that if we don't provide something tangible, they could dismiss us outright." "Then we need to be ready," he replied. "Let's prepare the data on our advancements in renewable energy and share our agricultural techniques. We can offer them ways to improve their societies." Elara nodded in agreement, her voice strong. "Together, we can create an initiative aimed at growth, scientific research, and cultural immersion where each civilization contributes its strengths." Liam smiled, feeling the energy shift toward possibility. "If we can build trust, we can create a diverse community that celebrates both our differences and commonalities." "Good," Elara said, looking at him approvingly. "Then let's put our plans into action." As they prepared to send the data, the screen flickered and the gruff leader's face filled the view once more. "You must be aware that not everyone will welcome this. There are those who would choose to destroy before they listen." Liam took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. "Just as we have enemies, we also have allies who value cooperation. If we stand firm, we can demonstrate that unity is more beneficial." The screen buzzed with tension as the factions exchanged wary glances. Finally, the gruff leader chuckled, a sound that broke the tension slightly. "You show guts, human. I will respect that for now." Liam nodded, relieved but aware that the path ahead remained uncertain. "We will share our heritage, our desires for collaboration, and our willingness to learn together." Another leader took the stage on the screen. "We will agree to your terms, but understand the moment you betray this trust, our retribution will be swift." "I wouldn't expect anything less," Liam replied, appreciating the underlying seriousness. "But I assure you, we seek only cooperation." As they prepared to conclude the meeting, Liam felt optimism blooming. They had gained a foothold, a glimmer of hope amid uncertainty. With a deep exhale, he addressed the group one last time. "Thank you for your openness. Together, let's transform this moment into a new legacy, a story that benefits us all." As the communication ended, Elara turned to Liam, her expression a mix of pride and excitement. "You did well. Your willingness to be vulnerable has bridged gaps already." "Thanks, but this is just the beginning," Liam replied, glancing at the view of the alien ships surrounding them. "We've got a long way to go, but if we can work together, who knows what we might achieve?" Patel added, "More than what we ever could alone." "Let's get started," Elara said, determination in her voice. "We have worlds to explore and stories to tell." As they stepped away from the console, Liam felt a sense of purpose settle within him. Together, they were ready to carve a new path, a journey into the unknown. Chapter 3: Moments of Intimacy. In the days that followed the initial gathering, the Endeavor became a hub of collaboration and cultural exchange. Each crew member had a different role to play in this unprecedented venture, and Liam was thrilled to see his team come together. The effort invigorated him, but it also pushed him toward Elara, who had become an integral part of their mission. "Liam, can I speak with you?" Elara's voice broke through his focus one afternoon as he reviewed some reports in the ship's lounge. He looked up, meeting her luminous eyes. "Of course, Elara. What's on your mind?" "I wish to discuss our plans. Now that we have some agreements in place, we need to prepare for the imminent cultural exchange. I want to learn more about your world and in return, share mine," she said, her enthusiasm illuminating the room. "Absolutely," Liam replied, leaning back in his chair. "I think it's essential that we present both our cultures authentically." "What do you have in mind?" "I thought we could host an event, perhaps a festival where we showcase art, music, and food from our respective civilizations," she suggested. "We can do this aboard the ship, allowing both factions to interact in a relaxed atmosphere." "That sounds brilliant," he agreed, the excitement bubbling within him. "We'll need to prepare the logistics, though. I can have the crew start gathering materials for decorations and food prep." "Wonderful," Elara replied, her gaze lingering on him. "But I also want to explore your art. We must understand each other beyond mere exchanges of goods. We must connect on a deeper level." Liam leaned forward, intrigued. "Art often captures the human experience. What kind of things do you have in mind?" "Songs, paintings, even stories. These elements convey emotion and leave impressions that words alone cannot. I want to convey the essence of Luminera through our art," she explained, her voice softening. "It's important to me." "That's a great approach," he said, touched by her sincerity. "How can I help you with this?" "I'd love to see your creations." Elara smiled, her expression transforming into one of excitement. "I'd like to invite you to my ship later. We can explore my world's art together." "Your ship?" Liam's heart raced at the thought. "Absolutely. When?" "Tonight, after the meeting. I'll prepare a small display," she suggested, her eyes shining. "Count me in," Liam said, feeling an eager anticipation. "I'm looking forward to it." As the day wore on, the atmosphere aboard the Endeavour buzzed with activity. Crew members worked tirelessly to prepare for the upcoming festival. The engineering team was busy retrofitting the ship's common areas, and the culinary team was experimenting with a mix of Earth and Luminara cuisine. Hours later, as the sun dipped low beyond the galactic horizon, Liam found himself stepping into Alara's ship, a shimmering expanse of energy and light. The interior felt alive, pulsing with soft luminescence that responded to his presence. "Welcome, Liam," Alara said, greeting him with a radiant smile. She guided him through the space, showing intricate paintings that seemed to dance with color. Each piece depicted celestial landscapes, vibrant flora, and the Luminara people themselves engaged in daily life. "It's breathtaking," Liam breathed, captivated by the vivid hues and ethereal quality of the art. "Each piece tells a story, doesn't it?" "Yes, every stroke shares a piece of our history," Alara replied, her fingers gently gliding over a painting of a mythical creature soaring through the Luminara skies. "This one symbolizes freedom and exploration." "It resonates," Liam said, taking a step closer. He could sense the passion behind each creation. "Your people have such a rich culture. I can see their soul in these artworks." Alara's gaze fell on him, a flicker of warmth sparking between them. "Thank you. I wish to understand your culture in the same way. I can show you human art forms, but they'll feel different. Our art tells tales of struggle and triumph, much like yours." "Let's start with music," he suggested. "I can share some of my favorite songs." Alara brightened. "Music conveys emotions beautifully. I'd love to hear it." As Liam shared a few familiar tracks, Alara listened intently, her eyes closing at times, allowing the melodies to wash over her. After a few songs, she opened her eyes, a look of wonder crossing her face. "Your music is filled with passion. It creates a palpable connection between people." "It really does," Liam replied, feeling a surge of pride. "It's used in gatherings, celebrations, even moments of loss. It helps bridge distances, uniting people's emotions. Speaking of which, let me share one of our melodies." Alara walked over to a different area of her ship where an elegant instrument glowed in hues of turquoise and gold. She picked it up and began to play. The sound was ethereal, imbued with a harmony that felt almost otherworldly. The notes seemed to dance through the air, weaving a complex tapestry of emotions: joy, nostalgia, and a touch of longing. Liam found himself entranced, transported by the music. "Your talent is extraordinary," he exclaimed when she finished. "That was incredible." Alara smiled shyly, clearly pleased. "Thank you. I play for my people to inspire connections." As they shared more creations and ideas, the distance between them seemed to close. The conversation flowed naturally, moving from art to philosophy and everything in between. Liam found himself opening up about personal experiences, his family, his dreams, even his fears. "I've always wanted to explore the unknown, to find new frontiers," he admitted. "It drives me to push boundaries." "You are brave," Alara said, her gaze steady on him. "Courage is often found in vulnerability." A heartbeat of silence passed before Liam replied, "I think courage comes from trusting others, too." Their eyes met, and in that instant, something unspoken lingered between them. Liam felt an urge to bridge the distance, to close the gap between them. So he reached out, brushing his fingers against Alara's. The connection sent warmth through him. Alara's breath caught slightly. "You're different, Liam. I feel a strange familiarity with you." "Me too," he said softly, unable to look away. "Like we're meant to. Together?" She finished for him, her voice pale tenderness, her hand finding its way to his cheek. As they pulled back slightly, Both breathless, Ilara's eyes shimmered with a profound understanding. I never expected this. You've opened a door in my heart. Me too. If this is what it feels like to connect across worlds, then I'm glad I took the leap, Liam replied, heart racing. They spent the rest of the evening exploring more of each other's cultures, hands intertwined, both thrilled and apprehensive about the journey ahead. As the last notes of their songs faded, they knew they had embarked on something beautiful and transformative. With a sense of shared purpose and warmth, they stood on the precipice of a new adventure, ready to forge paths together into the unexplored depths of the universe. Chapter 4: Guardians Among the Stars. The festival day arrived with palpable excitement aboard the Endeavour. Vibrant decorations adorned the corridors, a mixture of Earth and Luminara art merging with one another. As Liam walked through the ship's common area, he could see the fusion of cultures, a tapestry created by the hard work of crew members. "Captain, we're ready," Lieutenant Gomez called out, her voice ringing with enthusiasm. She had been instrumental in organizing the event, rallying the crew for the celebration. "Excellent," Liam responded, glancing around at the lively preparations. "What's the timeline?" "We start with the welcome address, followed by performances, music and dance from both sides. Then we'll have food tasting, and finally, an open floor for stories," Gomez summarized, her excitement contagious. "Let's make this memorable," Liam encouraged, feeling a swell of pride in the efforts everyone had put forth. As the time approached, Ilara arrived in a resplendent outfit that drew everyone's gaze. It shimmered under the lights, mirroring the colors of her ship. "You look stunning," Liam said, genuinely awed. "Thank you," Ilara replied, a subtle blush coloring her cheeks. "I wanted to represent my culture, but also share a part of myself with you. Tonight is special, isn't it?" "Absolutely," he said. "Together, we're creating something extraordinary." The festival began, with representatives from various alien factions streaming into the main hall, each one filled with anticipation. Liam took a deep breath, stepping forward as he faced the crowd. "Welcome. Today, we gather not as separate civilizations but as explorers of unity," Liam proclaimed, his voice firm. "Let's embrace our diversity, sharing our stories, art, and most importantly, ourselves." As applause erupted around him, he caught Ilara's eye, her smile radiating reassurance. The festivities unfolded beautifully. Musicians played, dancers twirled, and laughter filled the air. "Now, might I present our next act?" Liam gestured theatrically. "Luminara will share their traditional music." Ilara took the stage, her instrument glowing softly as she strummed the strings. The music enveloped the room, lifting spirits and bridging gaps, intertwining voices of human and alien alike. When she finished, the audience erupted in cheers. "Your people are incredibly talented," one of the alien leaders said, impressed as Ilara returned to Liam's side. "And we have much to learn from each other," Ilara replied, her eyes bright. Next, the culinary team took center stage. Tables overflowed with delicacies, each dish reflecting the unique tastes of Earth and Luminara. The spread ranged from colorful fruit platters to strange, luminescent foods from Ilara's home. "Try this." Ilara handed Liam a delicacy that glowed faintly. "It's called lumisprout. It represents new beginnings." Cautiously, he took a bite. The flavor was surprisingly fresh, with a hint of sweetness that burst in his mouth. "This is amazing. What's in it?" "It's a fusion of elements from our soil, rich in nutrients. We believe it symbolizes growth." She took a bite of a traditional earth dish he had brought. "And this? It's delightful. What do you call it?" "Pizza," Liam grinned, watching her delight. "We eat it during gatherings." As they continued to sample dishes, the atmosphere around them grew increasingly vibrant. The combination of aromas and tastes created a tangible sense of camaraderie. "Liam, can I ask you something?" Ilara suddenly said, her expression serious but inquisitive. "Of course, anything," he replied, intrigued. "What do you truly hope to achieve with this alliance? What do the humans seek from our world?" "I want us to move beyond suspicion and barriers. If we can work together, we can explore and grow. I think we both desire a collective future, wouldn't you agree?" he said, feeling the weight of her question. "Yes, but what do you fear?" she pressed gently, concern evident in her voice. "Fear?" he echoed. I guess I fear that we'll fail to find common ground. That our cultures won't mesh as well as I hope. Elara took a breath, her expression earnest. Fear is often a barrier to meaningful connections. Open dialogue builds trust. Let us continue to learn from and lean on each other. Agreed, Liam nodded, feeling encouraged. We must face potential challenges together. The festival continued, and as the night progressed, the energy shifted into storytelling. Groups huddled together, sharing tales of valor and mischief, laughter ringing out. An elder alien stepped forward, his voice booming. Let me share a tale from our history. As he spun a story of cosmic explorers, the audience listened intently, entranced by the vivid imagery of their myths. Following the tales, it was Liam's turn to share. We also have rich stories full of adventure. Allow me to recount a significant moment from our past, he said, standing up to address the gathering. He shared the story of humanity's first steps on the moon, the perseverance that had led to exploration. His voice carried passion as he spoke of the sacrifices and dreams that drove humankind to the stars. The crowd responded with awe, and Liam felt a sense of unity settle over them. It was a moment of realization. Stories had the power to connect disparate worlds. After sharing, he noticed a familiar face in the crowd. Elara, can you come up and share your story? He invited her, gesturing for her to join him. With a warm smile, Elara took the stage beside him. I would be honored. She began to recount the importance of light in Luminara, how it symbolized knowledge, growth, and community. Her voice resonated deeply with everyone present. As she spoke, Liam marveled at how she transformed the atmosphere, creating a comfortable space where all could connect through their narratives. Laughter rose as Elara finished, and the crowd erupted in applause. Your tales are beautiful and inspire strength, one alien shouted, clearly moved. As the night wore on, Liam and Elara found themselves stepping away from the crowd, drawn to an open balcony overlooking the stars. Did you feel the energy in there? Liam asked, leaning against the railing, both exhilarated and exhausted. Yes, it was magical, Elara replied, gazing up at the cosmos, her expression softening. For the first time in many ages, I believe in a shared journey. Thank you for this partnership. I couldn't have done it without you, Liam admitted. This collaboration is a reflection of both our peoples, and it's a start to something greater. She turned to face him, her expression serious. Liam, we need to navigate the challenges to come. These alliances may face difficulties. I'm ready for it, he replied earnestly, meeting her gaze with determination. Together, we can weather any storm. Elara took a step closer, the distance between them shrinking. Then let us forge ahead, not only as ambassadors but as partners. This connection is more significant than I ever imagined. With a moment of silence between them, they both felt the weight of their responsibilities yet found solace in their shared conviction. As stars twinkled warmly above, they knew they had begun to create not just alliances of nations, but bonds between individuals, each step leading them both to uncharted possibilities. Shall we return? Liam asked, reluctant to break the moment but knowing it was time. Yes, but first, Elara took his hand and they stood together, feeling the serenity of the universe wrap around them. With the shared understanding, curiosity, and newfound connection, they stepped back inside, ready to face the unknown as partners in every sense of the word. Chapter 5, A New Dawn. The morning after the festival dawned bright and clear aboard the Endeavor. The energy of the previous night still hung in the air, sparkling with potential. Liam looked out at the swirling stars, feeling a sense of renewal. It was a new chapter unfolding. Captain, we need to debrief, Dr. Patel said, interrupting his thoughts as she strolled into the control room, her tablet in hand. Right, Liam said, turning to her. Let's assess how everything went and what our next steps should be. Patel nodded, taking a seat at the console. We had a successful turnout. I've already gone over the feedback we received throughout the festival. It seems well received across the board. That's great, Liam replied, a smile creeping onto his face. What concerns did they voice? There were reservations about our technology and intentions. Some feel apprehensive about true collaboration, she explained, her brow furrowing slightly. They want assurances that we won't exploit their systems or culture. Understandable, he said thoughtfully. We need to follow through on our promises. Maybe we should establish a council, a joint body where we can work through any issues directly with their leaders. That could work, Patel responded. But it might also require some level of trust to be built between both sides first. Just then, Elara entered the control room, her presence drawing everyone's focus. Good morning, humans, she greeted, her voice warm and melodic, crackling with excitement. I trust you slept well? Very well, thank you, Liam said, unable to hide his enthusiasm. The festival was a huge success, thanks to you. Elara smiled, tilting her head slightly. I believe it was a collaborative effort. Now we must ensure this connection continues. Exactly. We were just discussing plans to form a council with representatives from both civilizations, Liam said, gesturing toward Dr. Patel. Council? Elara asked, her interest piqued. Yes, Dr. Patel interjected. A platform for sharing ideas, addressing concerns, and fostering collaboration on a deeper level. That's a brilliant idea, Elara exclaimed, her eyes sparkling. But how will we structure it? We must ensure it accommodates both our cultures. Liam nodded, sensing the gravity of the discussion. Let's start by identifying key representatives from each side. If we can understand each other's needs, we can draft a framework that feels balanced. I'll reach out to my leaders, Elara offered. But we must ensure our people understand this council is about building a lasting relationship, not simply negotiation. I agree, Patel added. Honesty and transparency are vital. It might even be useful to involve community members so they feel engaged in the process. You know, Liam said, feeling inspired. Maybe we can organize a meeting where we invite members from both sides to discuss their thoughts on the council's formation. We can hold a discussion about what each culture values. Great idea. This way we'll have feedback and a sense of ownership from everyone involved, Elara said enthusiastically. I'll convey the importance of this to my people. They need to feel included. Let's aim for the next 5 days, Dr. Patel suggested, glancing at the schedule on her tablet. We can set up forums to gather additional insights and potential representatives. As they fleshed out the plan together, excitement built in the room. Liam watched as the trio forged a pathway toward collaboration, blending Earth and Luminara cultures into something new and expansive. As the meeting concluded, Elara looked at Liam and Patel, a glimmer of trepidation in her expression. What if the council were to face opposition from more traditional factions within our societies? How do we overcome that? Liam pondered for a moment. We emphasize the benefits of this alliance. We're both explorers at heart, after all. If we can present clear advantages like safety, knowledge sharing, and mutual growth, we may be able to sway their minds. And if it doesn't work? Elara pressed, concern coloring her voice. Then we adapt, Liam answered confidently. Flexibility is key. Let's involve those who may oppose the council from both sides. If we can hear their concerns firsthand, we might find common ground. Elara's expression softened. That is a wise approach. I could see it easing fears. All right, I'll begin setting up our first forums, Dr. Patel said, her fingers flying over her tablet. Elara, would you like to stay and help brainstorm the agenda? Liam asked, hopeful. Of course, she replied, her eyes lighting up. I would love to contribute. As they delved into the discussions, Liam felt a sense of excitement pulse through him. Their combined energy fueled the room while they exchanged ideas. Topics ranged from inclusion and representation to setting clear ground rules for the council. I believe storytelling could play a role here, Elara suggested. We could incorporate personal experiences to help everyone see the value the council can offer. That's a brilliant idea. It adds a personal touch and shows the human aspect of our intentions, Patel said, nodding enthusiastically. If we can individualize the narrative, it could strengthen the bond between us, Liam said. Let's invite people to share moments, be it struggles, victories, or aspirations. With ideas swirling around them, the group continued collaborating until the afternoon sun began to dip in the distance. Perhaps we should take a break, Liam suggested, realizing how time had slipped away. We need to recharge before diving back in. I could use some fresh air, Elara replied, her voice brightening. Would you mind a stroll on the observation deck, Liam? Not at all, he responded, feeling a surge of warmth at the thought. Let's go. As they walked out onto the observation deck, the stars began to twinkle, casting a serene glow around them. The vast cosmos stretched endlessly before them, and Liam felt a mixture of awe and comfort in the space they shared. Isn't it incredible? Liam said, leaning against the railing and gazing out. The universe feels so vast, yet here we are, bridging two worlds. Indeed, Elara replied softly, her eyes reflecting the stars. It's humbling. I never imagined I would find someone from another world who understands me. Me neither, he said, glancing at her. You've opened my eyes to perspectives I'd never considered. For a moment, they simply stood in silence, absorbing the shared wonder of the universe. You know, Elara began, her voice a gentle murmur. I believe that it's people like us who can create meaningful change, maintaining connections, dialogue, and understanding. Those are our greatest strengths. We can forge new paths that our people have never even dreamed of, Liam replied, feeling a surge of optimism. But we need to do it together. Yes, together, she echoed, her gaze steady. What we've started is just a glimmer of what's possible. As they lingered, the stars sparkled above, a canvas awaiting their shared story. Amid the vastness of space, Liam found a connection that felt more profound than either had initially imagined. Well, shall we head back? He asked, reluctant to break the magic of the moment but knowing they had work to do. Absolutely, Ilara replied, her smile radiant. Together, with their hands brushing against each other, they returned to the control room, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. United, they would not simply explore the universe but reshape it, both for their peoples and for themselves.